electricity when the dry season seems to be creeping in very. Folks are complaining about sweating it out all night.
It's a problem, yeah. And the option would be to buy diesel to power your generator, which is still very expensive at 200 naira per litre. So it's not looking good so far. But hopefully it will improve in coming weeks.
Yeah, that's the average. That's the table you're talking about. The graph is a little bit of a wobbling. I don't know how that looks. But again, it looks like a bit like a rain track. Yeah. Yes, so wobbles sometimes. If you look at what we, what are still the key issues here that we are yet able to resolve?
This challenge of discos being able to absorb enough electricity from the generator companies, that's still the major challenge.
Oh, by the way, the disco says they're going to declare force majeure. I read that in the news 2 days ago.
I did, but I think
on the government, if they go on with the direct power purchase plan,
yes,
with the Gencos.
I read somewhere that I think the TCN has rejected that force majeure, so it might not
hold water.
Yes, might not hold water. Yes, so would have there's still going to be a standoff, but we'll have to see how that.
If we start declaring force majeure in the electricity sector like we had in the oil sector,
especially this crucial period when people are going to come back, this is a crucial period of the year for Nigerians, so hopefully it wouldn't play.
Yeah. Festive seasons when folks seem to get a little bit more happy that they ended the year, so they want to travel, they want to have some festivities. There are weddings and other social occasions going on, so folks need to ice the drinks, isn't it?
Of course.
And have some loudspeakers plays outside playing music.
Of course, yes, of course. Christmas is a very festive period. It's a very festive time. So hopefully, situations.
And kids are going to be back from school.
Of course, and that's also another item on our good news. Airlines are carrying out promos on airfares. We're seeing Lagos to London, back to Lagos at as cheap as 300,000 naira. So
I didn't like that on your list of good news. I was thinking they were going to be doing Lagos to Obudu Ranch. Why London?
It's a popular destination. People, especially people that school abroad, those people are coming.
Look at what you just put here. Look at what you put here. 300,000 naira. And that is about roughly $1,000, about $900, right?
Yes.
That's about $900.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, but it's still significantly below as high as $1,500, $2,000. Not too far back as the summer.
I can go to Obudu Ranch for 40,000.
That is
40,000 naira.
That is a cheaper option.
And I go enjoy the mountains.
Yes.
Eat some fresh honey, which is there. I've been there. And and see nature is beauty. Yes. So I can just spend this 300,000 on a family of 10 almost. All of us down over to Obudu Ranch. Yes. I think I'd rather go there.
It is. It's a very good alternative, yes. Very popular tourism resorts in Nigeria, which people, unfortunately, do
just imagine what it is, for example, to take the kids around those mountains, the mountain range, the grass, what they call the devil's elbow, and go to the swimming pool down there. Am I marketing Obudu Ranch? I don't want to get charged for doing promotional, giving promotional info. But I think we have a number of places to go. Yes. The National Park Service has always been thinking. But again, when we have the holidays, consumption get a little bit higher because kids are back. Yes. And when they are on holiday, they seem to eat more.
Yes, indeed. And also, let me also talk about another item on our bad news list. We're seeing this trend. We're seeing traders because of the Apapa Road congestion, we're seeing traders resort to air freight rather than sea freight. Air freight is the more expensive option. But in order to meet that Christmas rush, in order to have...
So they're flying goods in?
Yes. That is the more expensive
option. So some of the Christmas lights or trees will be coming in by air?
By air, rather
I can smell who is making money. UPS, DHL, the cargo guys.
Exactly, and that's the more expensive option. And that might unfortunately have a downward effect on consumer prices if they are not able to absorb the additional cost. So they also have to watch the trend of domestic commodity prices in the future. And also another item on our bonding issues list, I think AFDB held there was an aviation conference not too long ago.
Yes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes, there were talks about forming a national airline. And in my opinion, I think a national airline is what I would call, a poison chalice. I think those in favor, those in favor,
I'll tell you. I got one or two of the officials of the AFDB on this show yesterday, and a few other conversations I can't disclose, but off-camera discussions. But again, I think Nigeria needs something. If Air Cote d'Ivoire could get almost $30 million from the AFDB and the midwife in another 100 for that airline, and if they're helping them in Senegal and then moving to Ghana, I think they'll be doing more with Nigeria. We don't know what they're going to do, whether it's going to be with the private airlines or they're going to have the government put up an airline. But it's still out there.
Airline is a very expensive venture, especially in Africa. We have a competitive disadvantage because of our infrastructure deficits. So even other parts of the world, let's say with the exception of the Emirates, the Etihads, the Qatar Airways, national airlines are loss-making ventures. So it's a very expensive operation. It's a very expensive venture to operate in. So we'd have to consider that. Would we be able to continue subsidizing an airline when we're also facing financing issues? So something we have to look at.
Okay, maybe we just get the rail line all the way from Lagos to Obudu Ranch, and I'm going to keep talking about it. Maybe a little bit again to Bauchi for the Yankari Game Reserve, and a little bit of there in, is it Jigawa or Nasarawa State? I heard there's a very nice place down there.
I've heard of, I think Jigawa. I think
it's Jigawa.
Yes.
I need to make up my mind to go and just have a little prayer and get on the road.
Yes.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
But I wish I could do it by train. I love it. I love just about the train, sit by the window, watch the sights and every other thing. And let's think about this someday.
Yes,
Shall we?
Yes.
Okay, see you next week.
Thank you,
if you're going to be around. Dimo Kwesa, who is one of the research analysts at Financial Derivatives Company. We've had a torrent of economic data and economic news to chew over the last 1 week. And then we'll continue that conversation. And we got that from one of the investment houses here in Nigeria, or here in Lagos, talking to us through some of this. Let's spend the next 15 minutes or more discussing that, shall we?